plane crash out here. I'm going to see if I can follow along. In this area, we might be able to. Definitely, that was one of the residents that they were really worried about when they first arrived here on scene. Yeah. You want to move around? Okay. Yeah. So you think he was coming in, but the engine's facing this way, so he might have spun it around. Right. Yeah. So. Yeah. They're saying that. Let me turn my mic. So. Yeah, we can't get an N number on this. So, Shannon, what do you mean with all the plane crashes? What other one did we have? We had another one of, well, it was more than a couple weeks ago. It happens in threes. Well, there you go. What happened? Somebody's asking what happened. We got a plane crash out here in the valley. This is going to be the Pacoima area. This is going to be next to Whiteman Airport, and the street name is actually Sutter. This is literally at the end of the runway. The Whiteman Airport, yeah, it's on final right there, or departure, depending upon which way you're going, right? Yeah, so, yeah, 1, 2. That's going to be the airport right there. Now, it's unclear if the aircraft was coming or going. We are guessing that the aircraft was actually making its way into the Whiteman Airport area when whatever happened, and it crashed on that street right there, catching some of those cars on fire, taking the life of the pilot. We're not sure if there was anybody else on board. LA City Fire, yes, we did see the body, and no, we're not going to show it again. And yes, this is LA City Fire arriving out here. They were taking care of the cars that were on fire along with that aircraft, and also they were worried about one of the houses. I guess the flames were getting really, really close to the to some of those houses right there. Now, one person definitely lost their life out here. We don't know if there was any passengers on that aircraft. We do know LA City Fire is still out here on scene. NTSB, they're the ones that are going to basically figure this all out and tell us later on what had happened. We're just guessing that that aircraft was making its way into Whiteman instead of departing Whiteman when whatever happened. And that aircraft crashed out here on Sutter. No injuries to anybody on the ground, and some vehicles did definitely burn. And that's what we got going on this afternoon. Who said Brandy? All right, Brandy. So at any rate, LA City Fire is still here on scene. They've got a difficult task. They had to make sure that all that fire is out before they can really do anything. There was that pilot that's in that wreckage. Beyond any kind of help, there's nothing that they could do for that person right there. And of course, that fuel, the aircraft fuel, very volatile. It's basically gasoline, just higher octane. They had to make sure that all of that was out and that there is no chance that it can reignite. Now, there's a lot of fuel on the ground out there as well. That's what we've been hearing. And Bobby did point out that they were using wet water. That's that foam you see out there. That foam is basically a chemical designed to smother chemical fires, or in this case, gasoline fires. It is really, really, really sad. Any time we ever see an aircraft down, it always is something that makes us think about it, and we realize that it is a small community, and I'm sure that somehow, some way, somebody we know knows that person that lost their life in this aircraft. So, at any rate, this is what we got going on out here in the Pacoima area. San Fernando Road, I saw a guy who parachuted from a plane. Then a dude was hanging from... What? I find that hard to believe. Hugo, I find that hard to believe. but we'll take a look. We'll take a look. Anyways, so this aircraft probably pretty small. Somebody was saying it's a 172, Vinny. Yeah. Yeah, the tail is the wrong type of tail for a 172. You know, I understand what people are saying here about the laughing emoji. Maybe somebody's hitting that on accident. Who knows? But at any rate, somebody did lose their life out here. It is pretty gruesome. A small plane, crashing near the airport, very close to the runway there. Somebody was saying probably went down after takeoff. It is really, really close to the airport, and the way the damage is on some of the vehicles leads us to believe that it might have been coming in and then actually spun around after it hit that car. I understand what you're saying, that the engine's pointing that way and the tail's pointing that way, and it would make sense that it, you know, just it wasn't able to climb, or like you said, the engine stalled, or however it happened. But at any rate, that's all for the NTSB. And I'm not laughing, Sylvia. Why would you think I was laughing? When was I laughing? Yeah, the Sylvia, not laughing at all. I don't know where you got that from. At any rate, we got LA City Fire out here right now working the scene still. And of course, one person losing their life out there. And then, like I said, also, they were working to save those structures. When they first arrived here, there was a lot of fire, a couple of vehicles on fire as well. That was their task, basically, to stop those flames from getting any closer to those homes, and they did that. Right now, no injuries to anybody on the ground, and of course, that they still have the task of dealing with what they have. Yes, I got IFB. What's up? Oh, no problem. So, yes, I can. We saw him. We saw the body. Okay, not a problem. Not a problem. Okay, not a problem. I'm being told by the powers to be that we're just going to say one person has passed away. We're not going to say anything about. Martin, what are you guys talking about? When was I laughing? You know, I don't know what you've got going on there, guys. But at any rate, one person losing their life out here. We're unclear if that is going to be the pilot or maybe somebody on the ground. But we do know one person definitely passed away. And then, of course, this happening right here off of Sutter, very close to the Whiteman Airport. Copy all. We're here. Copy all. Laura, thank you for that, and that's probably the truth. And maybe I was laughing because I was nervous. Maybe not nervous. What you guys really don't seem to kind of click with on this is that I have headsets on, and I am hearing a lot of other information and other conversations. I'm hearing radios, I'm hearing the show, and I'm also working with the pilot and the cameraman, and we might have been talking about other things also. If I would never poke fun at anything, especially a fatality involving aircraft, because that's basically what I do for a living. And was laughing at somebody's comments. Yes, I might have been. Yes, I was definitely laughing at somebody's comments because somebody did call me savage earlier on. To instantly assume that I'm laughing at something of the situation that's going on here is, well, let's just say very short-sighted on anybody else's part right there. At any rate, fatality out here. This is going to be in the Pacoima area. And again, if you're watching this right now on Facebook and you're seeing it like this is kind of a behind-the-scenes type of situation. You know, I am giving you information about what's going on. I am talking about what's going on. Thank you, Monica. Not nervous about anything. And I am passing things along, but in that same breath, I am working with other things going on out here. This is more behind the scenes than an official type of a report. This happened on Sutter, right next to the airport. This happened on Sutter, right next to the airport. Right, and then it spun it around. You think maybe he was trying to land on the street? Just try to put it on the street? Yeah. Well, that's what they were saying. They said they had They had several cars on fire, and then they also had a lot of fuel to deal with. Right. Yep. And I'm reading all the love I'm getting right now, and I do appreciate all of that. But you know, this is the thing. When I'm explaining things to like what was going on here and how this is kind of behind the scenes, and that this is more of I would call it unofficial reporting, because this is behind the scenes, is because of the fact that a lot of people are new to me here on Fox. And they might not realize that, you know, a lot of the other reporters will just hit the mute button when they're not doing an official report. I try to get interactive with you guys. I try to read your comments, answer your questions, and that's one of the things that's going on up here. And I don't hit the mute button because I usually realize that most of the people are familiar with what is going on and how I report, especially when we're doing the internet and on Facebook. But at any rate, if I was laughing at an earlier point, I was not laughing at the situation. Of course, the fact that somebody has passed away here in an aviation crash is beyond. There you go. I just laughed again. So there you go. I'm laughing at that situation. At any rate, we're here. Copy all. So if you guys are local, turn on Fox. We'll have more information. We understand we have some ground footage that they're going to play as well. So if you guys are local, turn on channel 11. We're going to be doing a live hit here in just a moment. It's just a report of. And who knows the wires are electrical? Yeah. Cable. Copy all. It is very, very close to Whiteman Airport, and we do know that one person did pass away. We don't know the relation to that person, but there is a fatality down there on the ground that we know for sure. LA City Fire arriving here to an aircraft down. This is on Sutter, and like you said, literally right across the street, there is Whiteman Airport. Now, the NTSB, they're the ones that are going to be doing that investigation. Was the plane departing? Was the plane arriving? All that information is still unknown to us. We can tell you, though, that the plane did crash here on the street, caught fire, several cars catching fire afterwards. When LA City Fire arrived out here, they basically were more concerned about those flames reaching those homes right there. That's what they were doing. I understand we're showing live video, we're showing video from earlier from the ground after that plane has crashed out here. Right now, though, the fire department's still on scene. They have a lot of fuel to deal with out here that could still be volatile. And they also, of course, they're holding the scene for the NTSB. They're going to arrive here and an investigation is going to be ongoing. As we understand it, though, no injuries to anybody on the ground. And, of course, we understand that no homes were damaged in this crash. I'm Stu up in SkyFOX over the Pacoima area. Back to you guys in the studio. Copy. Yeah. Yeah. Well, somebody was saying that it was a 172. So, but I agree with you. We can't. Well, they covered the body, but we did see it earlier. It definitely was a 6-cylinder. So, all right. So that's got to be that's a big plane. Right. 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 Yeah. Well, you know what? Look around. Maybe, yeah, I'm being serious. Somebody said he saw a parachute hanging from some wires. Maybe it was a Cirrus, and maybe he tried to pull the chute, and I mean, he was way too low, you know? He said it was on San Fernando. So San Fernando, maybe it would be one of those right by the railroad tracks. And parachute's got to be pretty big. Yeah, it's got to be huge. Yeah. All right. Yeah, well. True. Nobody was talking to us. Oh, what's up? Somebody calling the helicopter? Oh, was it the desk? I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry about that. Okay. Yeah, and that's pretty far away, and so that would fall into the hole, and also the way the wind is blowing, they wouldn't be taking off this way. They probably were landing. Yep. But if that thing was loaded with fuel, even if if it's aluminum, it's all going to melt. Timothy, so a lot of the folks are talking about, I'm seeing, besides the comments about the other thing we were talking about, a lot of these comments are everybody's being the crash investigator here. So here's CSI from 2,000 feet. Vinny, follow along, and we've all been working on this. First of all, the way the winds are blowing out of Whiteman Airport, you land into the wind, meaning the wind is, here's the windsock right there. Well, it changed up now, but the windsock is basically blowing the other direction, so they wouldn't have been taking off that way. They would have been landing into the wind. Now, if you go back to the actual crash site here on Sutter, you can see the way those cars are down there, and the car with the blue roof has damage on the rooftop right there. And again, this is all just guesswork, and this is not official, and we are it blew all the windows out, and you can kind of see how that damages. So if that plane tried to land on that street, the wingtip would have hit that car, and then it probably would have spun it around and maybe even plowed it on top of that car right there. And then, of course, that fire happened and tragically took the life of somebody on the ground. So these are just guesswork. This is just guesswork, but I can tell you the facts are the wind is blowing the other direction. Could he have taken off with a tailwind? Well, that could have caused the crash, but I'm sure the tower would not have said, hey, what are you doing? So there's a lot going on right there. The engine, somebody's asking where the engine is. The engine's actually between the two very burned cars right there, right by that that sheet, and that's where that body is. So there's the engine right there. Another thing that Vinny, the cameraman, was pointing out is that that is a 6-cylinder engine, so that's got to be about 200 horsepower. And also, that's a 3-bladed prop, so that was a pretty big aircraft. And we still don't have it. There's no end number, so we can't really get any information on what type of aircraft that was. But this is just kind of what we're playing around with up here, what we're looking at, what we're trying to pick up. But again, if people that are just getting here to the room, they're basically this is a plane crash, a small plane crash in the Pacoima area off of Sutter, taking the life of one person that we know of. And somebody else is saying the tail is too large for a 172. Yes, that is definitely one of the things that we've been talking about as well. But we, again, we just don't know until we get the facts, or we can't really say till we get the facts. Wind is going left to right. No, wind is going right to left. Yeah, southwest out here. Southwest. So. We don't know. Sydney is asking if who else was there on the plane. Right now, we don't know. Nobody's giving nobody's giving that type of information at all. But we can tell you, sadly, because we actually physically saw it. But yes, one fatality. We cannot officially say it was the pilot because we just don't officially know. Yes. To the airport. 1-2, correct. So now we're getting information from our assignment desk, and we can say that it was arriving at Whiteman, landing 1-2 right there, and so it was coming into the airport when the crash happened, and that is official. Yes, go ahead. Which shot? Just a tight shot? Okay. Okay, we'll hold it. Well, Katie, that's what I've been saying. I never said that I was any part of the NTSB. We were making it very, very clear that we were. Okay, copy all. And Katie, we were making it very, very clear that we are just we're just talking about speculating and looking at the evidence that we're seeing, and with a little bit of knowledge of aircraft, that's what we've been doing. And we did get, and now we do have confirmation that the aircraft was actually inbound for landing on 1-2 at Whiteman. So all those pieces that we were kind of pointing out, most likely the scenario that happened out here. Now, why the aircraft went down, that definitely is for the NTSB to figure out. Sherry, I was not. Oh yeah, he was landing. Definitely, Sherry was landing. I always enjoy the comments where people are, pointing out the positives. Where they're talking about how nobody else got hurt. At least he didn't crash into a house. There were no children outside and all that. Very tragic. Thank you, Ron. Christina, I have to. Okay, you know what? Maybe you're not hearing everything that's going on there. I kind of explained that a couple of times, but you know, this is the thing. If I was laughing, it definitely was not at what's going on right here. I have a lot going on on the headsets. We're doing kind of coming back on. Copy all. Thank you. I wasn't laughing at the scene. 10 seconds. Just a short one, right? Recap. Well, the latest information that we just got officially confirmed was that the aircraft was actually making its way to Whiteman Airport on approach to land at Whiteman on runway 12. When whatever happened, putting it down here on Sutter. This is a residential street where the plane did catch fire, and sadly one person did lose their life. Now, you can see how close he was to the airport. If you're just joining us, there's the actual runway for Whiteman. He was very close to actually getting to the airport, but fell short, crashing onto this street. And when that plane did catch fire, also some cars out there caught fire. LA City Fire Department arrived here very, very quickly. Their job basically was to contain those flames, keep those homes safe, and they did that job very well. Right now, basically it's a crime scene. They're going to be waiting for the NTSB to start their investigation. I'm Stu, up here in SkyFOX over Pacoima. Back to you guys in the studio. (939) Charlie Papa. 939 Charlie Papa. Somebody just texted it to me. 939 Charlie Papa. It's a text 20. Oh, it's Civil Air Patrol. That would explain the paint job. Civil Air Patrol, 2015 Textron Aviation, 182. 182. Yep. Yep. That's just sad. Who? Oh, we can go live on this for forever, as long as we're here. All right, all my texting is done. Definitely a crime scene, Lily. Definitely a crime scene. Somebody lost their life. Well, accident for sure, but if I was always told that if somebody loses their life in any type of situation, it's a crime until they just decide it's not a crime. Maybe he's a homeowner. Yes. Well, that's okay. I got an N number from somebody who I really trust, and I Googled the N number, and that's what it came back as. And the paint scheme on the tail, kind of, yeah. But I'm not going to say it on air. No. Yes. The N number? I said it out loud a couple of times, but I will. Sent. And again, if you guys are still following along and listening to what's going on, you're hearing one side of a conversation, and this is how news is done, how information is passed back and forth, and how things get confirmed, and asking the right question seems to be a big part of that equation. This is very much behind the scenes type of setup up here. We do talk about what we're looking at for sure, but a lot of times I'm also talking with producers and people from the assignment desk. And of course also checking social media and reading comments. Yeah, more people are texting the or sending the N number, and it's all the same. Well, maybe flight aware, yeah. Took off from Meadows Field. Yeah. I'm going to be very careful with that, definitely. Yeah, I know. Oh, okay. Let's see if we can. Well, we got to be careful because I'm not sure what that is in front of that house next to it. But you know what? What we can do is this: pan to the right. Is there another house? No, there isn't. But we can get the block number. Just get the block number off the sign. And then we can. It's got to be that. So yeah, that's a 10,600 block. So that's got to be. Oh yeah, the Churchill. Doesn't the Churchill give the exact address? All right. You know what? Let me use my fancy map called Google. Yeah. So those 3 homes are actually on one piece of property. It probably says 10,600. I almost put money on it. Yeah, 10,600 is the best I can do. And those 3 homes appear to be on one piece of property, so that's probably all going to have the same address. Andrew, are you listening? Or are you busy Googling? This is 10,600, and those 3 homes that are in that's on one piece of property. So they're all probably going to have the same address, maybe with a, A, B, or C or something like that. And the best we can do is 10,600. And my Google on my phone doesn't give me an actual address for the, maybe I don't have enough internet, but it's not giving me the actual number. All right. Somebody, Christina, asking where this is. It's going to be in the Pacoima area. It's actually going to be on Sutter, right next to Whiteman Airport, if you know the area. And it did. It crashed feet from the actual runway right there. Yeah, somebody's actually leaving. And that also shows you that aircraft land and take off into the wind, and they don't. So that was also, we got that confirmed that the aircraft was on final making a landing here at Whiteman when that incident happened. John is asking how many people passed away on scene. We do know 1 for sure. We can't say anything else about that. We don't know if that's the pilot, but you can put things back together, put those facts together yourself. FlightAware, yep, that's probably that. Everybody's using FlightAware. That's how they got the information. That's what everybody's saying. So there are no secrets anymore. Yeah. Courtney, I'm forcing people to watch. Courtney says that I'm not, nobody's forcing these people to watch. I'm forcing them. Gosh darn it, watch. So. Somebody says the corner house is, somebody's texting me that the corner house is actually 10,652. 10,652 is the corner house. And the middle house actual address is going to be 10,656. 10,656. That's the middle one. That's the one that they were worried about fire. That would be 652. 652. That would be 652. So it's going to be 652. Hang on, let me get back. That's 6. Okay, so 652, and then you've got 656, and then 6. Oh, I'm sorry. I am dyslexic. It goes 662, 656, and 652. Wow. I'm glad I didn't have to do that on the air. You're welcome. Jeannie, we don't know. We don't know about the pilot. All we can say right now is that yeah. Yes, Chris, that is the fatality right there. That's the one person that passed away. Yeah, he is. Sure, go ahead. They're asking for the tail, a clean shot of the tail. You have to remember that was on fire. it's a 182. It's a, what, a 5-seater? 4-seater? All right. Probably. Yep. You can totally see that's from the wing. Oh, we'd have to move. Are we okay with that? Well, no, the one that's not burnt, the one with the roof damage. Oh. We'll move around a little bit and see what we can do. Go ahead, go ahead. All right, copy. We're trying to get okay, we got a minute or two. Yeah, but this is, and Vinny's right. I mean, this is end of the lens. I'll try. I'll do what I can do up here, but okay, it's some letters and some numbers. Ends in a 6-4. If you guys might have better monitors down there or something, it looks like it ends in a 6-4. We're trying. That's as close as we can get. I think that's an 8. 8. You're the best. That's about the same thing I got. There we go. Hang on, I'm going to put it on. Yeah, I'm good with it. Just they want to use it for an ending shot. All right. The 182T is the T is for turbo, right? Yeah. It doesn't say RG. No, it didn't say RG. There's looks like part of an aircraft right there too, right by the fire truck. Has anyone checked on Harrison Ford? Yeah, that fire was pretty intense. Yep. Jeannie, it is sad. It always is sad. Yes, one person lost their life, Jen. Yep. And that's more confirmation that it is what we thought it was. Right. No, that tomorrow. Right. Yeah, yep, that's. It's amazing what some of these fans or these newsies can dig up. I mean, it's pretty cool. Yeah. Nina is asking about the direction. It was actually it actually spun around. So the way the tail is facing right now was the opposite direction. It came down that street and then was actually making its way to Whiteman when the whatever happened and the aircraft tried to put it down. The pilot tried to put it down on that street. That's Sutter, and then it spun around when it hit those cars and then caught fire. We are near the 5 freeway, but not not very close to it. No, I definitely not. Tracy's asking if the pilot may have mistaken the road for the runway. Definitely not. Yes, that's a Dodge. That's a Dodge. Yeah, came up short. Yep. Yeah, but I don't think that, I mean, I see it, but they wrapped it already. Could that be? Yeah. Oh yeah, they wouldn't have wrapped it if it was electric. So yeah, somebody went into the juice factory once, didn't they? Yeah. John, the body's still here. That's the covered underneath the covered sheet. The corner won't be here for quite some time. Yep. Utilities. Yeah, that fire got into their yard. There's no doubt about that. Right now, we just know there was the pilot. That's all we can say about the number of people on the plane. Katie, I believe you are correct. Maybe he's part of the NTSB. Maybe he's looking. He's looking. He's clearly he's somebody. Oh, you can make out the word patrol right there by the firefighter. All right. Yeah, for all we know, they might have sold the plane today. Hey, Dan. Yes, it is a fatal crash, for sure. Dario Garcia asking if it's fatal. It is fatal. This accident happened in Pacoima on Sutter, right next to Whiteman Airport. There is no black box in a small aircraft like that. A civil, Now Donald changed it to the tackle box. Rhonda, it's okay. It really is. That's one of the reasons why I love the internet. Okay, one last recap. Yes, I'll call for it for sure. Sorry, I kind of lost myself when I was talking last time. Sorry. There are no, just for the Facebook people real quick before we go live, if you guys are local, channel 11 right now, we're going to show some ground footage of this crash, and then also just letting you know, no black boxes in civilian aircraft unless it is turbo powered, but the turbine powered, not turbo, that was a turbo aircraft right there. So a jet powered aircraft. And then there was something else. Oh, and then Rhonda, I was going to say that's the reason why I love the internet. Everybody has a voice. You don't have to agree. 2 minutes, and it is always amusing to read other people's points of view. Yeah. Intense flames and intense. So this is before the firefighters got there, or right as? Okay. Okay, cool. Somebody's saying about them moving the parts of the aircraft right there. I just want to let you guys know that is the NTS. We believe that guy with the blue on blue down there, the civilian, is part of the NTSB. He's actually working. He's working with those firefighters, asking them to move parts, and he's taking pictures and looking at things. Four, 5 seconds, not minutes. Three, 0. One, 0. Well, the newest information that we have literally just came to us is that this is confirmed that this is a Civil Air Patrol aircraft, a Cessna 182 Turbo. And this is where we are. This is going to be the Pacoima area. That's going to be Sutter. That aircraft was on approach, meaning landing at Whiteman Airport this afternoon when something tragically went wrong, and it crashed. When the firefighters arrived out here, this is the video of what firefighters saw when they first arrived. Intense flames, heavy black smoke, that aircraft landing on a residential street or crashing on a residential street, catching a couple of cars on fire. Firefighters immediately working to save structures that were close by, and then afterwards, of course, they were checking for injuries. Sadly, we know one person did pass away here on scene, and the fire department also was worried about those homes that were so close by. Right now, though, we know no homes destroyed, and of course, this is an ongoing investigation out here in Pacoima. I'm Stu and SkyFOX. Back to you in the studio. Copy, thank you. I don't understand. What if the helicopter goes down? What are you talking about? Yeah, well, I missed some of that conversation. It's all good. Buddy Steve, you're asking about that person down there. He is part of the NTSB. Okay, copy. Thank you. Dan. Rhonda Davis, yes, she is. She's pretty cool. Now people are posting links to the FlightAware. Simon Test, just checking in. Anything special, or would you like us to move along? Nothing to see here. Copy all, thank you. Well, everybody, I guess we're going to be heading on back. If you guys are still watching, we will try to keep the shot up for a little bit, unless our Facebook friends have pulled the plug on us already. I'm going to keep an eye on what the picture is. Just want to tell everybody thank you, and again, your comments and whatever they are always literally appreciated by me. I love the fact that everybody has an opinion and that you can voice it on the internet, that I'm being serious about that. Freedom of expression is what it's all about, good, bad, or ugly. You can write what you want. Doesn't mean that we have to like it, but if it is at least something humorous, believe me, I'm always enjoying it. If you want, follow me. Social media on Twitter, it's my name, Stu Mundel, and also Instagram and also Facebook. I'm always up for lively conversation and banter. If you get too ugly about it, I probably will not respond. But at any rate, I hope everybody... Fox News, afternoons, evenings, whenever it is on, we're always here. And believe me, SkyFOX, doing the best we can to bring pictures that you need to see. And again, thank you guys for watching us on Facebook.